15 common things that are illegal in foreign countries. Number 1. Selling gum in Singapore. While it isn't as illegal to chew the gum as it is to sell it, if you're caught selling even a stick of bubble gum in this Southeast Asian country, you're looking at a fine of up to $100,000. Although this law might seem a little odd to most people, if you've ever been to Singapore, you'll understand why their streets are clean enough. Look, there's no gum. Number 2. Homosexuality in Pakistan, Somalia and the United Arab Emirates. Even though some Western countries are still struggling to accept gay marriage, at least it isn't illegal like it is in so many Middle Eastern and African nations. It might come as a shock that a country that is home to one of the most progressive and innovative cities, Dubai, is also so backwards in other respects. Number 3. Killing a cow and eating the meat in Nepal. India gets most of the attention for being super pro-cow, but neighboring Nepal is just as cow crazy. It happens to be their national animal, and both the government and its people go to great lengths to ensure the safety of the animal. Don't believe it? Not long ago, a Nepalese court sentenced a man to 12 years in prison for killing a cow. Number 4. Not carrying a passport in Japan, Russia, and China. Most people are aware that in order to travel from one country to another, you need a passport. However, if you're caught as a foreigner in Japan and you aren't carrying your passport with you, things will get really serious for you, really quickly. After an initial interrogation, you could be subjected to jail time. Yes, seriously. Number 5. Drinking alcohol in India, Sudan or the UAE. Imagine needing a license just to consume alcohol, or only being allowed to drink your favorite beverage at home. That's the reality for non-Muslims living within the United Arab Emirates. Since most of the country follows Islam, they aren't able to drink alcohol, but there are some very strict rules for Westerners wanting to have a beer, which you better follow unless you want to end up behind bars. Number 6. Abortion in El Salvador, the Vatican, Chile, Malta, Dominican Republic, and Nicaragua. In over 100 countries, a woman is able to terminate a pregnancy, whether it be because of health or mental issues. However, in 6 countries across the globe it is forbidden under any circumstances, even if it is medically dangerous for the women to stay pregnant. In one case, a woman living in Ireland died after suffering from a septic miscarriage after the hospital refused to allow her to have an abortion. Number 7. Connecting to someone else's Wi-Fi in Singapore. People take their internet connection very seriously in Singapore. So seriously, in fact, if you are caught using someone else's connection without permission, it is counted as hacking and you could face jail time or a whopping $10,000 fine. Number 8. Celebrating Valentine's Day in Malaysia or Pakistan. Okay, some people really don't like Valentine's Day, but not as much as the Malaysian and Pakistani government. In an extreme reaction, the Malaysian police arrested 80 people on the festive holiday for breaking the law, and in Pakistan in 2014 5 men were arrested and received thousands of lashes for celebrating the day. Number 9. Dancing in public in Kuwait, Iran, and India. For most people it's not a big deal. Dancing on a night out with your friends or casually busting a move in the street. If you are one of those people who loves a good dance, don't visit Iran, Kuwait or India. In Iran, 30 students were arrested and face brutal lashings after they were caught dancing, and there are some pretty strict rules about dancing in India. No more than 10 couples can share a dance floor at one time. Number 10. Sex outside of marriage in Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the Philippines. Let's just say if you've been dabbling in some extramarital affairs in Iran or Saudi Arabia, you are probably better off facing your partner than the government. It's a sad fact that it isn't uncommon for a woman to be stoned to death for cheating, and in India you can face up to 5 years in jail for adultery. Number 11. Ketchup in France. While it's not so much illegal and you probably won't be locked in jail for months if you do happen to eat the globally consumed condiment, ketchup is banned in French schools. In order to try and preserve French cuisine, the government decided to ban the 90% sugar 10% tomato sauce in all schools. The one exception apparently is that they can eat the sauce if it's paired with, you guessed it, French fries. Number 12. Kissing in public in the UAE, Iran and Pakistan. Have you ever wanted to give your partner a loving kiss as you stroll down the street? Well, don't even think about it if you're in Iran, Pakistan or the United Arab Emirates. This public display of affection might not land you in jail, but it's definitely considered unacceptable behavior, and because of that you could face a hefty fine. Number 13. Stopping on the motorway in Germany. The infamous Autobahn is already scary enough, and then throw in the fact that it's illegal to stop even if you run out of gas, and you've got a recipe for disaster. While the fine isn't massive, the stress you'll feel when the needle hits E might be enough to make you wish you were anywhere but Germany. Number 14. Eating pork in Saudi Arabia, Iran, Libya, the Maldives, Kuwait, and Oman. A lot of Muslim countries around the world have banned the consumption of pork, although not all of them. Indonesia, Malaysia, Lebanon, Morocco and Egypt haven't banned it, mainly because the Holy Quran forbids it. So, if you simply can't control your love for bacon and pork chops, you're better off not visiting these countries. Number 15. Eating in public during Ramadan, the United Arab Emirates. YouTube.com. There are some pretty strict rules and laws one needs to follow if they're going to visit the United Arab Emirates. One of these includes the fact you simply cannot eat in public during daylight, when it's Ramadan. So make sure you know when all the religious holidays are, otherwise you might find yourself in big trouble.